Well, guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Real King, and this is it, y'all. Alright, guys. So, something happened, kind of messed up a couple hours ago, maybe a few hours ago. I was coming home, and I wanted to stop off at Walmart to get something to eat real quick. So I had my bike obviously with me and did like normal. I locked my bike up on the bike rack, went in. I was in there for about maybe 5-10 minutes maybe. Came back out, bike gone. And I kind of tripped a little bit instantly, like, wait a minute, where am I at? Like, did I not go far enough? Or did I, did somebody like I'm just trying to figure out, like, where's the bike at? Like, what? You had a combination and all that. I'm like, so I go back into the store, and the guy, the greeter, tells me, I let him know what happened. He said, you need to go to customer service and they will file a report. So I go that way, wait in line, and I get seen. And in true form of Walmart, you can guarantee this, those people that work there are very East Coast, like, let's put it that way. Very rude. Or very... Anyways, I'm not going to say what I really wanted to say. But they were very rude. And I was taken back by that. I was like... So they're like, we don't do that. You're going to have to call 911. File your own police report. I'm like, okay. Bet. And I bounced. And I just told the greeter what they said, and he seemed kind of in disbelief. And I just walked on and called them and filed or told them what happened. They seemed to be pretty nice about everything. And then someone called me back maybe an hour or two after that, and they were also pretty nice. And, you know, they were... I explained to them what happened and all that, where it was at. They got the address, location, about the roundabout time when it all happened. The description of my bike, I'm about to get to that in a second. The description of my bike and the value of the bike. The interesting thing about that whole ordeal, the stealing of my bike, is because the bike rack that my bike is on, or was on, is right underneath like 5 or 6 big cameras. Big cameras. They're going every direction, and there's one on the kind of like up higher that's pointing right down, and then there's one that's kind of closer down that's got that little center one. So there's like mad cameras all just right there, not including the ones that's on the poles, and they're everywhere. So there's going to be somebody calling me in the next 2 or 3 business days for, I guess, to start the investigation. Fair enough. Okay, so y'all know why that's not such a big deal. But it kind of messed me up because there was these kids down the street. I think I told y'all in another video that I was going to sell it to. So, I mean, that kind of is messed up because now, you know, they can't get no bike or whatever. But, you know, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so I mean, initially I was thinking, you know, I was kind of hot. I actually went looking for my bike a couple of places. I'm like, you know, I ain't gonna be messing my knee up and, you know, this and that. And then I thought, or overthought. I'm just like, you know what? See, that's how people be getting got, because they be stressing over silly stuff. And me in my position, in my spirituality and maturity, I know better. I know that material things are not important. my life is important, not material things. And people nowadays are getting got for less. So it's just like, I'm not gonna add to that. You know what? I'm gonna fall back, and I'm gonna pray on that situation, because whatever the Most High has for them is way worse than what I could ever think of giving them, or anything. So I'm gonna be good with that. You know, what is that? Laugh now, cry later. So yeah, I'm cool. It's not a big deal. But you know what I'm saying, whatever. So that happened, and you know, it just kind of sucks, man. I was literally on my way home. Just wanted to get in there. It's like, wasn't even in there long. I just grabbed the thing of like trail mix, and it came out. And that just happened like that. So that was kind of messed up. And so, but I do have my other bike on the way. So that hopefully is coming in the next couple of days. It should be. So other than that, I took care of some other business this morning, and you know, applied for some more places and stuff like that. So that's good. I stayed productive, and so it was for the most part, it was overall a good day. You know, got some stuff done that I needed to get done. Business wise, important stuff. So that was good that I was able to do that. And then I just kept applying myself to different things that need to get done today. You know, just staying on focus with my priorities, making sure that my priorities are straight and everything like that. Cause I'm really just trying to focus, and I'm keeping my mind rooted in focusing type things. You know, like I was watching some stuff on Brazil, some different videos that I hadn't seen before. There was a video yesterday that I was watching about new laws as far as traveling and stuff like that, and certain cities or certain states in the countries and stuff like that are you know, because I guess, you know, something political or whatever. So I'm taking all that into consideration and stuff. But see, that's the thing, guys. When you have a goal in mind, things might get in the way sometimes that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, things happen. But you gotta know how to kind of maneuver around those kind of pitfalls and stuff like that, you know, and not allow it to bother you or get you, you know, off your path too bad. You know what I'm saying? Or if you get off your path, you want to get back on, you know, without, you know, staying off too long and stuff like that. You know, you want to get right back on there and keep moving and you know, improve on that. So, you know, that's how I take, you know, little mistakes that may pop up here and there. You know, yeah, it was a minor setback, but I have to look at the entire picture. Like, okay, what can't I do that I could do with my bike? Okay, well, obviously getting from here to, you know, the bus stop is kind of challenging for me. Although I have found a different route, which would require me to do some walking. So with that, I did find out something today. When I left, there was a bunch of dogs at the end of the street, and one of them I've only seen. And they were kind of big dogs, but they don't look like. There was commotion going on. I don't know what was, but there was a couple. There was a couple walking. There were two kind of bigger sized dogs that were well behaved on leashes. I can't remember if they had a child in their hand or not, or if they were carrying a child, but they did have two dogs on the opposite side while all this other commotion was going on the other side of the street. And I came. Before I saw them, I made my way that way, and then I saw the one black dog that I normally see. It was causing all the commotion, and then there was other dogs that were around it. And one was like a tan color. It looked kind of put like a pit bull mix. One was like a red color with like a crop tail, kind of like but it was all red and shaggy like a Australian Shepherd. And I think there was a German Shepherd or something like that. There were like 3 dogs and then that black dog. So 4 dogs all together. So I make my way. I had my cane going across my handlebars on my bike. and I'm making my way down to the end of the street, and they all kind of like were coming this way, but they were barking at these dogs that were behind this fence. Some were, and then some were kind of just following along, like just being dumb. A bunch of barking. But I turned around because I needed to assess my situation, and it almost sounded like one of the dogs had been kind of like following behind me slowly and barking at me. So I said, you know what? I said, forget this, because I had extended the cane. So I turned around and I grabbed it out like I was going to be pulling some polo, and I was making my way towards them. And then that's when I seen the couple walking up this way, but I was determined. I didn't even know that they were coming. I was determined to, like, to do some damn. And so as I'm coming and I'm yelling, and they're going this way and scattering the other way, and then the black dog runs by me, and then I go this way and I passed a couple that was walking their dogs, and then I yelled back. I was like, I yelled back at the black dog. I'm like, yeah, that's right, you better run. I said something like that. But and it just, went on. Then I went on about my business. The reason why I brought that up, because yes, it did happen this morning. But I'm like, okay, well, the place where I go to catch the bus is like literally right down the street. Well, I catch it a little further away because there's a sitting area where I like to sit at. But there's one right down that street, which is obviously a lot closer. So I can go to that one, and that would be fine. And the thing is, it might also be better because it's easier for me to fight off dogs when I'm grounded as opposed to on a bike. It's very difficult. And see, what I carry with me, I will be able to be more, you know what I'm saying? I can have my knife in one hand, I can have my even fully extended cane, so I get that reach. You know what I'm talking about? I got that reach. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna be cool. I got the Sprit Aid with me, so I'm gonna take that out, get them eyes up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere if you can't see. Get that up, get that mouth a little bit. You can't see, then you can't breathe. You might as well be passing away. So all of that is gonna be going down. So yeah, I'm like, look, you ain't gonna take me out. You know what I'm saying? So on the other bike situation, as the Lyft driver had asked me, did you get insurance on your bike? I said, no. I said, I wasn't even planning on keeping it like that. I said, but when I ordered, I said, I'm definitely looking to get insurance on that. And I'm glad, see. Oh, getting back to that bike real quick since I'm thinking about it. So when I filed the police report about my bike, the thing is, I don't really think that bike is ever going to be retrieved. The reason why. It's a Walmart bike. Only one color. And so many people in this area alone, I've seen with that bike. The same color bike. I remember I was getting off the bus one time. One person was taking off their bike, and I was putting on mine. And it was the same freaking color bike, the exact same model and everything. Apparently, people aren't trying to like one of one Walmart bikes, because nobody customizes their bikes. I mean, not even like a bottle holder on it. Nothing. I've never seen any. I've seen a russet bike being chained around a pole last week or the week before. I think it was last week when I was going somewhere. I see that bike everywhere. So the cops are gonna know. I mean, if they even are gonna do that, but there's a ton of those bikes. It's a very common bike, and they don't make it apparently in any other color. So if I describe it, there's so many people that have that bike all around. There's absolutely nothing going to be different about the one I have, except I had my handlebars up very high and the seat up high. But that don't matter. Anybody can do that. So yeah, man. So that happened, and that really sucks, because that was my commuting to work kind of ordeal. You know, I use that to connect to these buses, and now I don't have that. So that makes it very difficult for me to do my transportating, and that's not good. So yeah, man. But other than that, I'm good. In good health. Talked with my family, and so that kind of helped me, you know, kind of get over things and get better with stuff. But anyways, like I said, guys, staying focused, not allowing this to bother me. I got a lot of good things coming my way. I can't wait. I'm pushing back my travel time probably for another couple of months, just so I can kind of get some things done. I got to do some more researching on any kind of travel restrictions, any new travel restrictions or anything like that that I need to know of. Time-wise, time frames for documents, you know, turning in documents. I got to find out information about my visa. So I got a few things that I got to do, and I don't want to be rushed doing it. So what's going on now, you know, it's kind of taking away a little bit of my time and focus on that. And so I need to get a couple more weeks back on track with that, and then to kind of make up for that. So everything is going to be good. I'm pushing straight ahead, and I'm not looking back. And pretty soon, I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, I will get that gimbal. That way my videos can be anywhere. So I got some things underway, and I'm very excited. So even though I had a little small setback, it's not gonna get me down, y'all, because that's not how it works with me. I'm too strong for that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, I want y'all smash that like button. Also hit the notification bell so that way you guys are able to be notified when I am dropping my videos. If you haven't already, press that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. And also, let me know if you guys have any comments, anything that y'all want me to make it or do in my videos, topics or anything like that, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's my time. I'm Real King, y'all, and this is it. All right?